Welcome back to the Game Set Match podcast. I'm your host, JB, and I'm here with Todd from Booze and Ballin' and Chris from The Right Pour. And we've done 17 takes to start this. We've done a lot of shit, and we're back. We fresh off the Larrikin episode. Go check that out. It's an awesome episode. And
Great
we got
episode.
some NCAA football recap of the championship. We got some conference championship. We have the awesome UFC tournament, and then what to look forward to next weekend. And then we're going to close out with a 2025 recap of the bourbon, kind of bourbon and whiskey, like what was good, what are we doing, and we'll talk a little trash as well. But
sounds like a good episode to me.
It does sound like a good episode. So
let's
some
hot takes.
We'd have some hot takes. We're going to save those for later. But let's get into some NFL football. We got the Super Bowl set. We got the Patriots, and we have the Seattle Seahawks. Honestly, I think the Seahawks are going to run away with this one. It's just me, personally.
I agree.
I totally agree. I think if Bo Nix wasn't injured, I think it was the Broncos.
That game was going to be tough regardless, though, because of the conditions. Yeah. That whole second half changed because of that weather.
I just think with Bo Nix, more mobility with his legs and just a better, more accurate passer, I think that would have been a different game, because I don't think the Patriots by any means won that game.
Yeah.
They survived it, basically.
I think also and I know Chris was going to put this in his buy or sell later, but he moved it. But the pass in the first half that Stidham threw, that was technically tipped by the defender and then went backwards. What's like, to me, that was a forward pass.
Right. Well, it's
tough.
technically where it landed was behind where he let go.
Yeah, but it was hit though. It
should have been a dead ball spot at where the ball was touched.
I think so too.
That's what it should have been.
Yeah. But I mean, look at the track record of what they were doing through the playoffs. You know, the refs as a whole, they were making, this was a catch and this one wasn't, even though they looked exactly the fucking same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm talking about the Bills here. Like, come on, they're making their own
Cooper
rules
Kupp,
at this point.
same thing. Cooper Kupp. I mean, we can talk about that a little later.
We are getting into that in detail, but I'm excited for it. This reminds me of when Marshawn Lynch should have won the Super Bowl for the Seahawks back in the day, and then Butler got the interception because they did the wrong thing and not running that beast right up the middle for a yard. I think it was 2 yards. So I kind of hope this game comes down to a 2-yard run play to win it, and they do it right. And I hope that Tom Brady is announcing so he can make comments on that. So I think it'd be funny.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that game was crazy, but I'm a little sad to see the season go. The season was really good, down on the wire a lot at the end. I know we had like a blowout or two in the playoffs, but just an awesome season. It went really fast. It did. I feel like as we get older, it just goes faster. But the NFL season, I'm cherishing the last game. I know the Super Bowl will take like 6 hours to watch with all the commercials, but I'm still excited to watch it. It's one of my favorite games, and
it was a great playoff.
Don't drink and drive, guys.
It was a great play. Yeah, do not drink and drive. My dad did that 1 year.
On Super Bowls, like
we left and he went down the opposite side of a
time.
Highway one time and had to do a U-turn on the highway when I was a kid. Like one of my Super Bowl memories was my dad leaving, telling me he wasn't drunk.
False.
Super Bowl is the most DUI day in like history. It's not even New Year's either. So, but
such a dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I think the playoffs were good. I think there were some blowouts. There were some low.
Yeah, there was the
games.
49ers game. That game was over from the first touchdown.
But there were a lot of games this year that were close, either low scoring or high scoring. But there was a lot of fun games to watch just in general. It wasn't just a whole bunch of run through people.
Yeah.
Which made it more enjoyable. And like you said, I think it's going to make me miss football even more because it's ending really well. So I'm hoping that in 2 weeks we get a really good game to watch.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, the playoffs definitely were better than I anticipated, especially coming from someone that doesn't typically give a shit. I was actually invested, which speaks volumes for how it actually ended up, to be honest with you.
I'm sure throwing a little bit of the game set and mash helps you get more interested.
Yeah, well, I mean, a little bias on that part.
Yeah. No, but I think the playoffs as a whole were good, and I'm excited to see kind of like, and I thought a lot, like I know Charbonnet went down, but it's cool to see a guy who I didn't think was that good in Kenneth Walker have a really good end of the season this year and kind of come on really strong. So it'd be interesting to see. It's going to be a battle of defense, in my opinion, with these both just Mike McDonald, should have been the Ravens coach, and then Vrabel's defense. I think it's going to be interesting to see who kind of matches up well and who can stop who.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think.
Yep. I want to talk about some new coaches. We've had a lot of coaching hires, and since that Friday video we did with Larkin about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago.
When it rains, it pours. Like
Yeah,
all
man,
of a sudden, it was
they
just like
came
boom, 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 boom,
they
boom.
came like that, man. We had Stefanski to the Falcons. We had some random guy go to the from the Packers to the Miami. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Jeff Hafley.
I still don't know who that is, but okay, Miami sounds good.
He's an offensive coordinator for the Titans.
Yeah, I know. We have Saleh to the Titans, Harbaugh to the Giants. We still got the Raiders. Who was the openings?
Bills.
The Bills. No, the Bills was got filled today.
Did they get filled today? I didn't look.
Their head coach.
Right.
Their OC became head coach. Brady.
Okay.
Jeff Brady or whatever his name is. And then Jesse Minter for the Ravens. I'm excited about that one. I watched some of his highlights of him completely changing around the defense of the Chargers and what they did prior to Harbaugh coming in. You know, they brought some guys in. They drafted some guys later in the rounds to have really stifle that defense. And it's funny, you have some guys that played for that team that played for the Ravens recently and couldn't do anything, and then they go to the Chargers and you make them look like all pros. So interested to see any of those guys follow him over here, but I have that one for later.
And nobody wants to be the offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Well, do you blame them?
And I love it because it's just proving my point. Like, of being a fan, I love being on all the chats and stuff. And people want to blame it on Nick Sirianni still being there, not wanting to work under him.
Right.
Fair. I wouldn't want to. That dude's a piece of shit.
Tell us how you really feel, Todd.
And then also it's like, after watching what it was and knowing the truth, if you're looking at it from the outside and being honest, yes, Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP. I don't give a about that. He's not a great landing spot for an offensive coordinator to make a name with as a quarterback, especially if he's the reason that he's not running anymore. He can't make the throws. If you watch, all his throws are to the outside. He doesn't throw across the middle. He doesn't use his legs. If he's making that choice, why do you want to go there knowing you're going to take that job and then not? And then also have to work under Sirianni. I think there's just so many factors.
Dude, well, you got a really good, Saquon's awesome, right? But then the problem is that some of your linemen are getting up there in age. Lane Johnson's getting older. You obviously couldn't rely on the run. You kind of seemed like the Ravens and the predictability, like what was coming. Like I knew it was coming before it was happening. And you got to deal with AJ Brown if he stays, right? He's a prima donna for sure.
I mean, they lose a lot if they trade him, a lot. So I think
then
he stays.
And Devontae is great, but he's great with AJ there, and you still got Goddard. It'll be fine. But you have some good pieces. You just need to bolster the O-line a little bit and just come up with a better scheme.
Yeah, and well, Goddard's on a contract year too, so he had a great playoffs. So if you're going to try and pay him based on the playoffs, that's one thing, but you got to look at his track record. He's a great tight end, but he's not a top paid tight end. He's not a Trey McBride. He's not a Kittle. He's not a Kelsey. So
he had a great year though. I mean, I have him on fantasy. He touchdown machine this year.
This is a great year for him because that's the only person, because he ran the routes to the outside. He caught everything near the sideline. So it's going to be interesting. I think that they should have gotten rid of Nick Sirianni, started fresh, brought in, honestly, McDermott.
I don't know how you can
like
though.
That.
You just won a Super Bowl last year, and it's hard to fire a coach after doing that.
You can if the coach does the shit he does and costs your team. He's a good coach. Don't get me wrong. He's a horrible in-game coach.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think you guys need to get a good third receiver, right? Take some of the pressure off of AJ. Get that. Like, I feel like you guys don't have that inside guy, right? That guy that's going to get nitty-gritty in the middle, take some hits, right? And a lot of times you kind of need that, right? You need that guy that's not afraid to get hit, not afraid to do this or that. I think you gotta shore up that O-line. I mean, you got Dickerson, you got a couple guys, but I think you need to shore up your guard spots.
The problem is, if you bring in that third receiver across the middle and Jalen Hurts doesn't make those throws, it's a waste of a signing.
Right.
I just think you need someone who's going to use Jalen Hurts' legs as a weapon to hide the inconsistencies in his game to make him what he was when we won the Super Bowl. So yes, there's a lot. There's still a lot to be filled. I'm curious after the Super Bowl who becomes available. Because a lot of people have signed, and you might have some good candidates after that. Maybe the Eagles go there, or these teams are just.
I heard possible Vance Joseph to the Cardinals. Heard Kubiak's a very open role after taking him into the Super Bowl this year. So we'll see how it goes. I want to say one thing before we get into one question I have for you guys. Do you think the Jets are regretting getting rid of Sam Darnold now? like 2 great years. Like I said it in another podcast, like you got to build around guys. It's like Jalen Hurts. You got to build around Jalen Hurts. You can't just say, hey, here's a running back, here's a receiver, you're good to go. You got to build and you guys have a decent offense to be able to not just change a couple things and you're good. The Jets just rely on trading up and getting Zach Wilson, who's the third string for the Broncos. And you're like, yeah, it's set. We're good to go. Jets, you haven't been good in like years. There's no, you can't just, like there's no, you can't just draft a guy and be like, here you go, here's the ball, run against 11 guys and no one's blocking for you. But
yeah, they're definitely regretting that.
Yeah,
they're
right.
regretting a lot of the choice they made. I mean, Mac Jones leave there and are good. It's the organization. They're building it from, like you said, the wrong direction. Simple as that.
If I was any team that needed a QB, and I'm going to segue to it, Steelers, right? I would pick up Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. Mac Jones showed during those games that not only is he a warrior, but he can win games in a good system. And, at that point, they didn't have as many injuries, but they were still good. But I want to focus on the Steelers. Do you think Aaron Rodgers will stay another year now that they hired McCarthy as their head coach?
I do. I think
he will, but he needs to retire.
He probably does.
Yeah,
too.
I want to see him retire. I think all he's doing is hurting his legacy. I think now granted, they made the playoffs. So, that was good for him. He just doesn't look good. He was before his little adventures, was one of the best thrower of the football. Mm-hmm. Which that term is to be argued by a lot of people sometimes. Thrower of the football. I don't think he's bad. He's just not the same guy. And walking out on top, there's a lot to be said for that. Like if I'm going to say this, like I'll bring it up later, like with Tomlin. I'll come bring that in my buy later. But I think he will stay because of the relationship. I don't think that's great for the Steelers organization. I think that it's a hiatus year,
especially when their O-line is real iffy. If you get a good pass rush against their O-line, they're kind of done.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, you kind of need to, and I love seeing like on TikTok and some of these things, it's like rebuild this team, and you swipe and you're like, that's crap. That's not going to happen. Like keep swiping. You get rid of your best guard, like Samala or whatever his name is, played right guard. He was from Oregon. He was their best lineman this year, and they're like, yeah, get rid of him. He stinks. I'm like, no, all the ones around him stink. But
no, it's going to be interesting. It's a hiatus year. It's a lost year. The only thing with him staying, good thing is it's a bad quarterback year. Mm-hmm. Outside of Mendoza,
Dante Moore went back. He was the best next one. He went back to college.
They're going back. So it's not a great year because there's not going to be a lot of options. Obviously, they have a late draft pick, so they're not going to wouldn't have a shot at Mendoza without some stupid trades anyway. So it could be a hiatus year. Wait till maybe more people.
I think they could build around Will Howard too. I think he's a good quarterback. You just need to get him some other weapons besides.
I think he needs a shot. I think he looked good enough that he deserves a shot.
You got 3 good tight ends. You just need some receivers. You got good catching backs that you can rely on, but you need an O-line and you need another receiver. You can't rely on DK by himself.
Yeah, you need, and Gainwell's going to be gone probably to free agency. So you're going to have Jalen Warren there, and I think they're going to have to see what Caleb Johnson brings instead of keeping him on the bench for God knows what reason. Same as Coleman, but we'll see. It's going to be an interesting year. I think he does. I think the relationship he plays for one more year, it's yet to be seen if that's a good or bad choice.
Whether the Steelers want it to. But speaking of Indiana and speaking of Mendoza, let's get into Indiana beating Miami. What a great game. Great fought game.
I did not see that game being as close as it was because we talked about it 2 weeks ago when we had said that they're just running through people. We kind of feared that they were going to come out and get hot. Now, they didn't start strong, but Miami did.
Mm-hmm.
And being an old school Hurricanes fan, like that was cool to see them almost win that
I didn't think Miami was even going to get that close to getting that far anyway. Like they won on the road. They won, like they had to go through a lot of different places. I know that game was at home. It kind of sucks to have that as your last loss or some of those seniors at home. Basically, you're playing in your home stadium, but you show if I'm the Raiders, I'm excited for Mendoza. Like that third down or fourth down run, just breaking tackles and diving in the end zone was absolutely sick. That won them the game.
I mean, that was he was like a brick damn wall. Like no one could take him down there.
No one stopped him. No.
At all.
If he plays like that for the Raiders, he'll fit. And the Raiders are going to get a new scheme. As long as the Raiders use the rest of their picks, because they have a few picks over the next 2 years to solidify some offensive line help.
And I wonder if they'll trade Max Crosby after all the drama they've had with him. I don't know if they will. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will.
He might request a trade, but still.
He might try, but I don't think it's in their best interest too. I don't think financially or just decision-wise. But they got
They're not good at financially, Todd. They're paying 6 coaches $50 million who don't even work there anymore.
Yeah, but they're still better than the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they have two young tight ends in Mayer and Bowers. They have some good young receiver help. They have Genty. Then they'll get a good young. So they're young. So if they can start to build offensive line, they need to score. Their defense is not great, but they can't score, so it doesn't matter.
They're in
how
a tough
good or bad your
division too,
defense
because
is.
you saw the Chargers fighting this year in the playoffs. You saw the Broncos were this good this year. You saw the Chiefs sucked, but I think they're going to be back. So you're in a tough division regardless. You're playing a lot of tough games.
Yeah, it's a question how long Mahomes is out for is going to tell a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like Kelsey made some comments. He's probably going to be back one more year, which, again, he's just going through the motions.
Yep.
And
he has been
one more year of watching Taylor fucking Swift on the sidelines.
Why
doesn't Cardi B get the love with Diggs? Why doesn't she get to be noticed? Why don't they show her every day?
It's funny, though, because I saw a thing online. It was like Cardi B filming or something like that. It was like an interview with Diggs and him sitting there with his hands on his head, like after they lost. Now to have him go and tell the Bills to screw off from going to the Super Bowl is super cool.
I like it for Diggs. I do like it.
He's a hometown boy, too, for me. So it's really cool to have a guy that grew up, 30 minutes down the road, just go to Maryland and get a chance to win a championship. I don't know if they will, but hopefully he can ball out.
We'll see.
Okay,
hopefully.
We got a quick segment here that was added last second.
Yes, it was.
NASCAR. What you got over there, Chris?
So the season's finally coming back now that NFL is
silly
ending.
Season.
No, silly season's over. That shit's long gone. But here's something that I'm just very interested in, and everyone's going to kind of be weirded out by this. It's actually in jeopardy of being canceled by snow, the opening event. It might snow in North Carolina on Saturday and cancel the whole damn Clash. If you don't know what the Clash is, it used to be at Daytona. It was a huge thing. Now they moved it to Bowman Crazy Stadium, which also, in case you didn't know, is a football stadium. Kind of putting two and two together here, right? But it might snow. So they were going to be running in like 30-degree weather. Everyone's worried about the tires, and now it just, who knows? Mother Nature just said, screw y'all, we ain't doing this.
God, I hate
it's like 9 degrees outside. It's freezing. It's awful.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this cold.
No, I was just outside playing in the snow with the kid, too. Like, God.
I'm not ready for snow here. I don't want it again. I moved away from it for a reason.
They just kept pulling you back, Chris. They're like,
yeah, they just keep dragging me back into the snow. But yeah, no, I just thought that was kind of interesting. It'll be the first time that NASCAR has really been affected by something as simple as goddamn snow. Go figure.
I say let them drive in it, just like us piss ants driving on a regular road.
I'm saying they got
let them race in the snow.
Yeah, so they have rain tires for short tracks now. So I mean, I don't see why not. They got the wipers. Throw the wipers on. Throw the rain tires on. Or wet tires, I guess. Whatever.
It makes for better enjoyment because there's going to be crashes.
Throw a mini plow.
Is racing. Hey, their splitters are already plows. Those things are what, inch off the ground? Come on.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
But I mean, imagine that
thing and they're hitting snow.
Right. Imagine that actually Rubbin is racing in the middle of the snow. Like that'd be a riot. I'm in on that.
Dude, some skids and like I feel like people be drifting if it's that icy or cold.
But drop the 40 cars, bring in the top 20 from last year, so they have a little bit more room. They're not going to be so bundled up. That would be really good racing. Like a 20-car field.
If people knew that was happening, the viewership for that race would probably be one of the highest watched NASCAR races in history.
It has my interest. I don't really like NASCAR. It has my interest.
Right? Like, imagine if they did that.
Yeah. I don't sit there like I'll check it. I haven't sat down and watched a full NASCAR race in probably a few years. But that I'd be on that TV like,
especially since like nothing's on too. There's nothing on. Like football's done. We got nothing. Like I got.
Shh, don't you say football's done?
I mean, you got the Pro Bowl weekend, but we'll get back to that.
Well, that's now Saturday of the Super Bowl. Now they move it.
Oh, that's right. They did move it. That's right.
But speaking of enjoyment this weekend, we have another UFC match. I'm excited, dude. Last weekend was an absolute awesomeness. If you don't know, Paramount and UFC agreed to a 7-year deal. All the fights are on Paramount, and you can go watch them as a part of your subscription. I watched them.
Forgot that I had it until like the last minute. I was like,
dude, and you don't even need you don't even need to pay for the full like $13, $14 one or whatever.
That's just for more screens, but
more screens, less commercials, things like that.
This was like the highest viewed UFC fight, I think, in like 7 or 8 years, I think. It was over almost 5 million viewers and like 7 million households, which is just super crazy to think about.
Well, not to mention how good the card was. Too,
the card was
they
awesome.
And then
they
being on
came out
Paramount.
swinging.
Dude, it's the next week's good too. And I saw a possible highlight for possible card for the White House fight, and it looks sick. I don't know if it'll happen.
I'm taking that with a grain of salt because at this point they've been talking about who's going to be on that card left and right, and it's always ever changing.
But Gaethje could have been done this past weekend, so you don't know.
Right. So I mean, like I said, I'm taking that with a grain of salt because it's going to change until 4 weeks out, as far as I'm concerned. Security clearances,
I heard some crazy
like
clips about it was like Joe Rogan about after Patty had to go to the hospital and Gaethje was like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Patty got messed up, but dude, Patty put up a hell of a fight.
He did. He fought back. I thought Gaethje was going to run away with it, and then Patty just kind of crawled back. It made it really interesting towards the end. All the fights were fantastic, though. It was so interesting. It's nice too because you're not just sitting there watching the prelims when they're on ESPN for free, and then you're like, well, I can't watch the mains. It's like bullshit.
And then you pay for it, and by the time the main comes on, you're just like,
yeah, you're wiped out.
Or you're like, it's $90. Do I really want to spend that right now? Now I just turn on Paramount. And it's like UFC fight. I'm like, click.
So it used to be like $1,500 a year or something along those lines if you wanted to pay for every single fight on pay-per-view. Now it's like $150 at most.
At most. That's if you buy like the multi-screen. I think it's like $13. If you buy the other one, it's like $7 to $10.
It's like $8 or $9 now. I think it went up $1.
That is nuts.
But speaking of the prelims, before we get into any of those other fights, have any of you seen this dude, Josh Hokett, I think is the way you say his last name, Hokett?
No.
He had the wildest and most interesting post-fight interview that actually stirred the pot a little bit. So
better than taking off your pants and going, my balls are hot.
I thought that clip would have done better on things like my balls are hot. I was like expecting this clip to go nuclear, but
he threw some strays at some WNBA player.
God.
Yeah.
Bro,
he threw some stray at the end of that one.
There.
Bro, he threw it all out there. I love how he's like, the plums. Like,
he looked like Macho Man Randy Savage for a second there.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, this is WWE, Randy Savage, like right off the bat. I was like,
Joe Rogan's just sitting there
hilarious.
laughing his ass off, just like, what the hell is going on?
He could not keep it composed. It was hysterical.
He was laughing from the first get-go, dude. It was crazy.
And that was the second fight of the night on top of that.
He was probably rehearsing that speech while fighting. Like in his head, he's like, no, what am I going to say in here?
If you saw his fight, I wouldn't say it was easy for him, but I could see that he was like, all right, what am I going to say?
Did he fight Waldo Cortez?
What about the next one? No, he's calling him out.
Okay.
No, that was
so he possible future match?
We hope. That would
after
be
that.
ideal.
After that, it's going to stir that pot.
Yeah, if Cortez doesn't respond or say, all right, let's fight, he looks like a bitch.
Yeah, especially the way he called him out as a deadbeat father of 9. Like, bro.
And then all of a sudden, the Brittany Griner comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "What the? Where'd that come from?"
And at the end, and also,
Brittany Griner's a man.
And then just walks away. That's it. Just, I'm out.
Dude, Joe Rogan was just dying. He's like, "What?"
The dude in the entryway in the background, just sitting there, smiling ear to ear, kind of laughing too.
I did, and I was so focused on his hand gestures.
He's just sitting in the back. He's just like. Just sitting back there laughing.
He's trying his hardest not to fall over laughing. He's like, God, keep it somewhat composed. Like, shit.
That was just on another fucking level of just like the post-game interviews that you think are fantastic. Like that just took it to a whole nother fucking level.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just say, "I'm gonna like thank my mom, love my Lord and Savior."
Yeah, everybody. Like I will say though. Everybody did thank in the playoff for college football, like pretty much throughout. They thanked their Lord and Savior Jesus. I was surprised. Like that, I feel like that died out. It brought back.
Definitely not.
Good.
Nope. Brought back. Bring it back.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that need Jesus.
Yeah.
Lord,
he's right there.
That's a fact.
He's right there. He's Todd.
Also, my boy Sugar Sean took the win by decision.
Yep.
The Sugar era is back in full effect. And to be honest with you, I thought that was a closer match than it was going to be. I thought Sean was going to be more dominant, and it came down to decision. And there was a couple times where I thought he was actually going to get knocked out or come close to a submission, but that just didn't happen, thankfully.
So because I apologize to everybody watching. I am slightly under the weather for this.
Well, it's not slightly.
We
He's being
power through. Saad also said he was barely going to drink like a little bit, so we're on pour 2.
I'm on pour 1.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Go ahead, Chris. Sugar Sean's back.
Sorry, Chris.
All right. So my boy Sugar Sean is back. The Sugar era is back in full effect. He won, but it was closer than I thought it would be. I honestly thought there was a couple times where he was going to get knocked down, and he just didn't. But it came to decision, and it was closer than it should have been. But he's back in full effect, doing well.
Did we have any knockouts this card?
We had a couple.
We did? I don't remember
TK,
watching.
technical knockout, right?
Yeah,
No knockouts,
TKOs.
right?
Oh, I meant like an actual like punch to the head and then
I
he's
don't
done.
think so.
I don't think we did.
No. Yeah, well, okay, yes. Charles
Which
Johnson.
is it, Christopher?
Yes or no?
Charles Johnson. Okay, Charles Johnson went cold but came back up in like a second, and then they called it. So like he did get knocked out, but then the ref like couldn't get there in time to like stop it. I mean, they did stop it.
I will
after
give
that,
it
but
to him.
Yeah. So he did get knocked out cold, but that was like the only one.
Because I'll tell you what, and they're technical.
Yeah. Because they're
technically had a knockout.
They're calling it a technical knockout. There's some guys were like, "Oh, well, he tripped." I'm like, "Dude, his arms went limp. He didn't."
Dude,
trip.
Derek Lewis was swinging and missing, dude. He was all over the floor.
Yeah,
My
against
God.
Cortez Acosta, of course.
Dude, he literally swung and totally whiffed, and then fell on his ass and got knocked the hell out. I was just like, "Oh, that sucks."
Yep.
I like
and he's the one who said my balls are sweaty. My balls are hot.
Because my balls is hot. What is it, Joe? You're like, why'd you take your pants off? Because my
balls are hot.
And you expect nothing less out of Derek Lewis. I don't know. Did any of you see like some of the pre-fight like media week stuff that they were doing? So like UFC posted this video and they were like, "What's one of the misconceptions of UFC fighters?" And Derek Lewis just goes, "That our dicks are big."
This guy has no filter, dude.
He doesn't. Not at all. Like, I mean, you got to find that one. I don't have time to find that one. But that's what he said.
Imagine a post-game NFL, MLB, someone having an interview like that.
Dude, nothing else
That's
would,
the best
like,
part
no other
about
sport would
UFC.
do that. Yeah, no other sport would do that.
Yeah, if your job is getting punched in the face, I feel like you could take some liberties with what you say.
I don't disagree.
You're also not on a team, so the team's not really going to like piss you. Like, you're not like playing for the Eagles, right? They're not going to be pissed at you for saying that.
No,
like he's not on a team. He's by himself, you know. He's got his team around, like the people, the trainers and stuff. But when you got sponsors that like will hear that and be like, you know what, you need a few extra bucks.
Yeah, the Bud Light is over here. Like, you want a couple more cases while you're at it?
You look at Manscaped sending you some ball deodorizer or something to cool down the balls. You know,
if he took down the ball, if I'm in underwear, like Under Armour, I'm underwear. I am sponsoring him and putting my logo right on his cat.
Yeah,
absolute capitalizing on that situation
because
you know
everyone's
going to look.
Mm-hmm.
Buy Under Armour.
Before we get into the next one this week in 325, there was a little bit of controversy, though. One of the fights was canceled because of some betting issues, actually. They thought it was going to be rigged, and Dana
25?
White... 24. They canceled one of the fights for 24, for 324, for some betting issues, and Dana White shut that shit the fuck down. He was like,
I saw something about that.
Yeah, he was like, FBI's already watching. Why am I going to get wrapped up in this? Absolutely not. So when there was, some rumors thrown around, he instantly just shut it down.
Through all the shit, Dana White's a damn good businessman. I mean, he's got some shit, like, in the media, this, that, whatever, but the fact that he saw that and was like, you know what, fuck it, you're not fighting.
Yeah,
that's a smart business move.
Because he wasn't want to take the risk. He doesn't want to be on FBI's radar, and take down his whole company. No, like, what he's doing is absolutely killer. And if you can eliminate the threat or the problem that quickly, just do it.
He also tells people, like, if you don't agree with my views, just don't sponsor me. I'll get someone else. Someone else will sponsor me. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
like,
and people do. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. No one, like, I can't imagine how much, like, the monster logo in the middle of the freaking arena, like the ring is. It's got to be redonkulous. Like,
Monster should give him underwear with the big monster logo right at the cack. Cause tell me that he rips them off, just monster right there.
To Derek Lewis or Hokett? Because give it to Hokett. He's the one who's saying he's got the plums the size of drums.
Derek Lewis
should write plums on. They should write plums, like they should draw plums on the outside.
The monster plum flavor.
Yeah.
Plum flavored monster. That's a great one.
Yeah, right.
I'd drink it. I love plums.
Chris, would you say this card 325 is as good as last week?
It's going to be pretty good. It's a pretty
It's
heavy
hard to have a card like that, like 324 was.
hitter. Yeah, and I said that about 299, and I don't want to say they outdid it, but
This is
they
in
matched up
Australia,
pretty
right?
good.
Is it Sydney?
So it is, and every single fight has at least one New Zealander or one Australian in it. Every single one. So they are leading in on the home.
That's good.
That's not true.
They should.
That's not true. Rafi
Yes, it
and
is.
Raphael's from
That's totally an Australian.
Azerbaijan.
Which one are we looking
And
at here?
The third one,
They're keeping the
Raphael Vazavi and
title. Okay, that's the only one. That's the
Yeah.
only one. I missed that one. All the other ones are Australian or New
Yeah.
Zealand. And I can't wait to see Saint Denis get taken
Can't
down
get
by
'em
Dan
all,
Hooker.
like Pokemon.
I thought you said a damn hooker, and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
I mean, he might be Dan the damn Hooker.
Everyone's
Oh,
got
that
a
one's going to be
niche.
good. And
Good God.
the title fight with Diego Lopez, I am rooting for Diego Lopez
I like
over
Diego
Alexander.
Lopez.
He's so fun to watch. He is fast. He is aggressive. He is ready to go at all times. But that's also his downside, is sometimes he likes to wear himself out a little bit too much.
It comes
early
out
on.
hot.
Yeah.
Like
His balls are hot, Todd.
His balls are hot.
His,
He comes out like Diego's nuts, hot. He does that though,
Mhm.
he's good and he has the stamina. But if someone
For
hangs
3
with him for the
rounds.
first 2-3 rounds, then all of a sudden the later rounds you can see him start to wear off. But he doesn't always make it that far.
Right. He
So
has
he
some good knockouts under his belt, and he has the stamina to go that fast for 3 rounds. But in a 5-round title fight, he better do something in those first 3 rounds, or else he's going to get wiped out and probably lose.
Or at least learn to pace.
Yeah. And maybe he will.
I was like Gaethje. I mean, Gaethje came out hot, and I think he beat up Paddy so bad that he didn't have as easy a comeback, if you will, because Gaethje was just kind of dodging
Yeah.
more so at the end.
I don't know if Patty expected him to come out like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. From what like the viewership looked like, just viewing it didn't.
Patty's a brawler, but I feel like he's also kind of like he's got a game plan and he kind of like fights a certain way. So I think when you kind of like that whole proverbial, you got hit in the chin and completely like if you need to be able to still keep your composure. I think he just came out hot and Patty was like fighting from behind the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Gaethje came out with a statement. He came out saying, I'm coming for this belt. I'm coming for the interim belt here. And he did it. But like,
You think he's done, Chris?
No.
You don't think so?
Though I did hear that, if he wants to fight Dustin Poirier, he might drag Poirier out of retirement for that fight.
Ooh, for that belt.
I don't know if for the
That'd be
belt
a fun one.
Well, that'd be their third fight. That'd be the trilogy there.
It has to be for the belt then.
Well, he's the interim right now, so he has to fight for the true belt later.
Oh, so you know
Yeah.
what?
I mean, who cares? Even if it's not for a belt, Gaethje and Poirier again. Yes,
They
absolutely.
should make their own belt.
They have.
Chris
it's
is like,
yeah,
take my money. Chris is like, here you go. Here's my money.
yeah, because I'm a
Okay.
huge Poirier fan. Absolutely love Dustin
There's a-
Poirier.
Thank God there's a desk there where he'd be like,
Hey, how do you know you didn't hear it? What if I muted real quick?
I just knocked my light over. I'm fine with it.
Man.
Keep dragging on here. Just having one, guys. Just
Okay, I'm
having
on-
one
it's
tonight.
about
'cause
time.
I
You
am
just said
under
one, and
the
you're like
weather.
fifth. Okay, I'm a tiny bit poor.
I'm going
I'll do
low
it.
proof because I am not.
I am too, because I started with double oak Peerless.
I gotta grab
And
something
then-
else now.
I went to the 70th. I got a turkey fanboy 2025 of all the bottles. It's crazy.
I'm gonna go some bomb burgers.
Ooh, is that
25.
Yeah,
It's Michter's. Michner's.
no? I've had the bomber. That was number. We're gonna get there, but number 3, like, is that the number 3? Or is the red label the number 3 on
no,
that list?
Red Label.
Yeah, that's the one that I had.
The bomb burgers PFG.
PFG. Precision fine grain.
Anyway, I'd buy that.
Yeah, way to fuck that up. God, you should know better.
Okay, Todd, you want to start with our buy and sell segment?
See, you like that segue,
I'm
didn't you?
selling
Chris
Todd.
didn't get what I was doing. Did you get what I was doing at first?
I did, but I was ignoring it for a minute.
Was it the emphysema?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
I'm gonna
fine.
buy because we're drinking bourbon. We're having a good time here. I'm gonna buy Tomlin. We touched on it before. You said about Aaron Rodgers coming back, and I said about walking away. I'm buying Tomlin's choice to step away from the Steelers. I think it was smart for him because he can now kind of choose what he wants to do, whether take a coaching job, go somewhere else, retire whatever he wants to do because he did.
I think
take
he
a
got
lot.
into broadcasting pretty easily. They've talked about that,
And I
If
think
not,
that's where he's going to go because you haven't
Yeah.
heard his name tossed around too much.
no.
I mean, hell, you heard Philip Rivers was
Yeah.
interviewing before him. But I like the choice for him to step away and say, hey, look, I've heard the comments. All these things have happened. I'm just going to say, you know what? We made the playoffs. I'm walking away high. I've had a great career here. I understand that it's best for the organization to get the fresh start. So I'm going to step away on my terms, and I respect that for Tomlin. And I think that mindset is what made him a great coach. The being that type of dude, and the fact that he trips players running for touchdowns. Other than that,
I was at that game too.
Of
I
course
was
you
at
were.
that game.
did that? I still to
That
this day,
game
you
hit-
don't know whether that did or didn't happen. That's what's funny.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Did it? Was it intentional or not? But no, I'm glad he stepped away.
He still trusts Ravens players. And a deceased Raven player at this point too, R.I.P.
God, that is too soon. Pour one out
So-
for the homies.
I'm not doing that.
I can't believe he actually
Pour
did it.
some corn out for the homies.
Yo, you got poured out. You got to pour it out for the homies. Come on now. All right, my sell is Pro Bowl weekend.
It
Pro
stinks.
Bowl is a Shador Sanders joke.
Oh, I saw that. How is he even close to eligible for that?
Because he fell so far in the draft. And he shouldn't have.
He
been
also
treated
turned
like
down
that.
taking
My
the
daddy is
Ravens would have
Dion.
signed him too and drafted him, and he turned us down. So go help.
My
Go F
daddy's
himself.
Dion. No, Pro Bowl and flag football. I'm sorry. Send him back to Honolulu. Let him play
Yes.
some real football. The flag football thing is, I get it. Like, you're not training for the Olympics. It's stupid.
Yeah, I understand the reason behind it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but like you said, bring it back to Honolulu where they had all the different games that they were playing. You know, like where they were competing against each other in the runs, the throws, like all that stuff. Like that was actually fun to
Do you
watch.
remember
I
the-
really enjoyed that.
Do you
Dude, the
remember the
NHL does All-Star break / Pro Bowl thing really well.
Yeah.
NHL's
NHL does it
All-Star
so
break
well.
is wonderful.
Awesome. They do
Insane.
like the
So much fun.
speed, the fastest shot. Like they do races. They do
They do like the
They
trick
actually play a
penalty
real
shot.
game. Yeah, it's so good. Like and like the NFL is just it's been soft. It's been getting more soft for
It's
years.
gotten so
but
commercialized.
yeah,
I miss back in the day they had like the long passes where McNabb and Favre and then who can throw it the furthest? Like, hey, whose dick swings biggest? Let's throw this ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I miss the genuine
Mhm.
skills competition where it's like hit these targets, don't moving targets, and then you got to throw to a receiver from a different conference,
and then you got to land and toe tap, and it's like who gives a fuck? Just play some football, dude.
No, I miss.
Pro Bowl was nice too because it was the weekend before, so you didn't have a break. You watched more football. It wasn't always the best football, but it was at least football. And now it's a joke. It's on Saturday.
But what I
before.
liked about it is that when they were having fun, it made it more fun to watch at the same time.
Yes.
Because you can resonate with how much fun they were having, joking around with each other, talking a little bit of shit and all that other stuff. Now you're like the flag football is just boring.
And then
as
they
shit.
have like these designated like flag dudes who are like the coaches on the team. I'm like, what a joke. What an absolute joke.
It's gotten away from being fun to watch. It's like it's an honor for the players to make it. Well, it was until this year.
Yeah.
It's an honor for the players to
It
make
hasn't been
it.
an honor to make it in a couple years.
No, but it's losing its vigor. It used to be like,
Mhm.
let's have real skills competitions, and it was fun. The Pro Bowl in the 90s and early 2000s was wonderful.
Yep.
Yep.
Now it's like I'm sorry, like Shador Sanders is probably not even going to start next year for the Browns. So saying that right now, calling that early.
He could.
He won't. But
Dude, no
nice
one
and
wants to
early.
take that Browns head coaching job, by the way. No one wants to
Nobody.
take that bitch.
because you've got 27 quarterbacks in your locker room. One
Well-
of them rapes,
and it's getting paid $250 million to not play.
who might actually
Absurd.
get the starting job. Because if you think about it, take away the sexual assaults, he's the best quarterback on the roster.
You're not wrong.
So it's
Yeah.
that's the coaching dilemma for them. But no,
They've had more coaches step down from interviewing than I've ever seen
Between
in years
them
prior.
and the Eagles are like, who can give the middle finger to the interview faster? The Eagles.
It's like that little
or
kid.
the
Did you see that little
Browns?
kid they interviewed after the game who's like, Petula should be flipping burgers at the local McDonald's. He can go fuck himself. I was just like, damn, that kid has some balls.
That a boy.
A
He's
lot,
like, AJ Brown, pack your bags, get the hell out of here. I
a
was just
lot
like,
of people
damn.
like to blame the fans for why people aren't taking the coaching job. Like, oh, they egged Petula's house. I was like, no, that's not why they're coming. Because if you're coming here to do a good job, not get your house egged. Anyway, that's my buy sell. Pro Bowl weekend sucks. Mike Tomlin stepped away, and I'm proud of him. And I have bourbon on my crotch. My crotch is hot.
My nuts are hot. Chris, I'm gonna save you for last since we're gonna stir up some shit. But
Yep, that's fair.
My
specialty.
buy is Jesse Minter to the Ravens. I would have loved Brian Flores, but I think now watching back some of the Chargers recap, Jesse Minter's gonna be great. I'm excited to see who we kind of get as our OC. I was hoping for maybe McDaniel, but yeah, McDaniel. He went to the Chargers, so open to see exciting things for that, and maybe bring in a guy or two for the defense just to help out. But I'm also happy that Harbaugh kind of cleaned house and took a lot of guys with him. I'm like, keep him, take him. We don't want
Probably
your
the best thing to
philosophy.
do.
We want a new philosophy here in Baltimore, and I'm excited to see that. I'm also excited for the O's to come up as well.
So you're good with another defensive-minded head coach coming in there?
Yeah, because you used to, as a Ravens fan, you used to have the intensity that came with playing for Baltimore, and guys left and they got worse. They disappeared. Their careers were done. Whatever. Right? You go to another team, you play for a year or two, and you were done. You were nobody. Now you go to a different team and you have 12 sacks, and we can't even get someone on our own team to have 12 sacks. So the scheme needs to change. Harbaugh hiring or as an OC or DC with very minimal coaching experience. I know he played, but just because you play doesn't mean you're a good coach. Just because we didn't play doesn't mean we're not coaches, we're good coaches. But
you could bring in Kevin Patullo to coach your
I don't want
offense.
him. He can go flip burgers at McDonald's like that little kid said.
And go fuck himself.
On this one, I'm gonna stir some controversy up. What is a catch?
I am excited for this.
It
Same.
changes every game. It changes every week. What is a catch?
It changes every quarter at this rate. Not even like every
Cooper
quarter.
Cup.
Seems like
Cooper Cup, was that a catch? Brandon Cooks.
Wait.
Was that a catch? Well, Brandon Cooks had control with his knee down. So is that a catch? The guy took the ball out of his hands afterwards. His knee was down with the ball here.
Are we talking about the one? This whole stems from the one that was considered an interception when he ripped it from his hands.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love this. I love this because if you watch every one of them, and you're not comparing apples to apples, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So one where Cooks caught the ball, and he was still landing, went down, knee down, ball out of his hands. Defender had it. That's an interception. Because I'm going to put it to you this way: if you run now, Brandon Cooks has done an out route. He catches the ball on the sideline, 2 toes down, grabs the ball like this, right? Falls to the ground, hits the ground, ball goes out of his hands. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, but the ball didn't go out of his hands. It was ripped out of his hands.
It did go out of his hands. Yes, but it left his he didn't secure through the landing.
That's
So
my
what
problem,
you're saying
though.
is he was not holding the ball securely enough for an extended period of time.
That's
Right,
my
now-
problem with the football move bullshit, though. Likely is in the end zone. You don't need to make a football move. You catch the ball in the end zone, it's a touchdown. No,
Or break
because
the plane.
right, that's the problem. Is it breaking the play in a touchdown? Because I honestly
you still need to because you do need to make a football move because even if you toe two
his
toes,
shin was down though. A knee and shin is two things.
that went likely shin being down.
No, not like Cooks. His shin was down, and so is his knee.
But his shin went down when he was falling. If you look at Cooper Kupp or you look at some of the other ones, they like took a step or they made a body move turn. Cook,
yeah, but you're going to the ground. That's my problem. The NFL doesn't need
the same thing with Des Bryant back in the day. The thing is,
Des Bryant's was a catch.
if you're coming down to catch the ball, you don't actually land and then do something. You are still coming down. Just like on the sideline, you can touch your toes to the ground and you're falling down. Because if you now,
What am I going to squirm forward 5 yards?
Same
There's a guy on top of me.
thing. You're running to the sideline, you catch the ball, and you go 1, 2, 3, and then take a step out of bounds, and a guy hits the ball, and it goes away. It's a catch because he made that extra move. Whereas if you're coming to the ground without a turn or a football move, you have to maintain through the landing. And unfortunately, what happened with Cooks is, and it was blinded by bodies, is as he landed, the defender turned and took it out. That was the right call in the moment. Because if that happened on the sideline and Cooks caught the ball 2 feet, came like this, landed on his hands, and that ball popped out, it's an incomplete pass. So he didn't finish landing completely with the ball. That was the right call. I know that there's a lot of controversy around it, but that's the right call.
I think it's a catch.
then if that's the case, then what you have to say is 2 feet, and you grab the ball like
You
this,
can't
2 feet on the
because you're
sideline.
going to the ground to catch the ball. That's the problem.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to say that counts as a catch, then if you get 2 feet in and you go like this, and your shin and body hits the ground on the sideline, and the ball pops out, then it should still be a catch.
Well, the ball popped out, but he didn't.
Changes
the ball
NFL.
didn't pop out. He ripped it out. That's a different story.
It was stripped.
If there wasn't a guy there and it popped out, people like it. So if he
no, but if there wasn't a guy there, it was a catch. The difference is the guy ripped the ball.
No.
I don't think he was going to lose that ball coming down. If that defender was not there, I don't think he was going to be losing that ball.
The ball was stolen. It wasn't that he was fumbling. It was stolen.
Agreed.
That's my problem.
But
I also think
take the defender away. Take the defender away.
Same thing.
Take the defender away. Listen to this. So he
Catch.
grabs it, comes down, shin hits, lands on the ball, and it pops out. Incomplete pass.
But you're talking about two different scenarios because
it's not. There's a defender.
Yeah,
I do see.
I see what you're saying, but the ball was
so
pulled
bang,
out of
bang.
his hands.
Yes, at the
that's
bang,
my problem.
Bang moment. Because
but he had control down on the ground,
defenders.
and they pull the ball out. It's a different story. That's a different story. He didn't lose the ball. The ball was ripped out of his hands after he was
but it's
down.
not like he landed, rolled over, and then they took it.
He's not going to roll over.
It was land
the
rip.
guy's on top of him.
It was bang, bang.
The same thing then happens for Jeremiah Smith against the Penn State, whoever in the beginning of the year, because he didn't have control and he stepped out of bounds. And did he actually cross the plane? Because that's bullshit. Because he didn't have control until after he stepped out of bounds. I think they need to redefine what a fucking catch. They can't even. It's like, what is a woman to Democrats? You can't figure it out.
No,
they cannot figure it out.
Fair.
Not wrong.
You gotta trust the science, okay?
Well, there ain't no science on the Democrat side, but
my heartbeat is 128 beats per minute.
I get it. I get what you're saying.
I just think they change it every time.
You can't change that without changing every single version of a catch. And believe me, I wanted the Bills to win that game. I wanted that to be a catch, but I'm telling you, because of the bang, bang, fast nature, where now if you caught it and he turned his body in the air before landing, he made an intentional move. He came down, shin hit. It was boom, boom. Unfortunately, that is
so even though he was pulling it in and then it got ripped out from him, even though he was pulling it in, securing the ball at that point, that's still what you're saying, interception.
Because that guy ripped it out. Literally, it was like impact with the ground, ripped out. So,
but
if there wasn't
according to other
there,
things, impact to the ground is a catch. Because if Puka Nacua,
but not going out of bounds,
Puka Nacua caught the ball on top of the dude and went out of bounds. And technically, he got a knee in, and they counted that. That's a catch. That's the same thing that Brandon Cooks had. If the guy pulled the ball out of his hands, that would have been a catch for Puka Nacua at the end of that game.
But Puka Nacua controlled that ball, slid through, held the ball, maintained the ball through the knee down, sliding out of bounds, never left his hands, never lost control. So that's not in the same
he didn't
basket.
lose control, though. It was stolen from his hand.
No, I'm saying
my problem.
And Cook went shin down, knee down, and if we really slow it down, you could probably see, because I'm not going to go back and look, but I'm sure you can see the way it looked to me. Elbow was also down, maintaining control.
Yes,
so that's
and
3 steps then.
And then as he rolled is when it got ripped out. So at that point, that should be considered a catch.
That's in my eyes, it's a catch. And the NFL needs to fix that. They also need to fix the officiating. Drake May didn't even get close to things. Drake May didn't even get close to getting the first down in that game, by the way.
Agreed. I agree on that.
It's bullshit.
But they don't need to fix it because it's the Puka Nacua thing you can't compare because there was nothing. But now, yeah, if you're running with the ball or you catch the ball, you take 2 steps. The difference between and agreed, I think the Dez Bryant's one. I think
the likely one, man. Likely one. They want him to make a football move in the end zone. There's no reason to make a football move in the end zone.
Dez Bryant, back in the day, they got that wrong because he did actually take a step.
Right, and he reached forward and hit the ball at the pylon with one hand.
Right. He actually made the move to go.
Which
now,
is according to their
caught
rules
the
now.
ball in the air, falling down over the pylon and hit the ground and it falls out, then it's not a catch. They got the Dez Bryant one wrong. In the moment, the call they made for Cooks, unfortunately, even because I really wanted this year for Josh, I wanted Josh Allen to win this Super Bowl so bad.
Can't have 4 turnovers in the playoffs.
But I'm saying that it was the right call. If you look at the Cooper Cup, he made a turn. If you look at the other ones they compared, there's always something extra. The fact is, Brandon Cook was literally landing from the catch when it was taken away. If
Regardless,
you're
they
going to
need
change that,
to figure it
if
out.
you're going to change that, you have to change the sideline rule where if you two toes touch and you catch the ball like this and you fall down and go and lose it, it's got to be a catch then. That completely changes the NFL. They won't change it because you're saying at that point that because you're 2 feet touched, you're in bounds. It's a catch. It's in your hands. You hit the ground and the ball comes loose. It's still a catch. That completely changed the NFL. The problem is it was so bang, bang, and Brandon Cooks did nothing other than land. Yes, his shin hit, his elbow hit, all that hit. But the only football thing he did was land on the ground. And it was just too close.
That's my problem is you can't make a football move when your body's on the ground. There's a guy on top of you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's
Like,
that's
how are you
actually
making a football
time
move?
out.
Just like
That's a
targeting.
perfect way. Just a perfect way to say it. You go first, and then I'll say this.
So just like targeting, because when I see some calls where they're like, "Oh, he was targeting," and I'm like, "This guy's already in a forward motion, shoulder
And
forward."
the other guy's head's down.
Yeah, the other guy's head comes down. What are you gonna defy fucking physics over here and just like roll to the side? No, like they call targeting sometimes.
It's like
when
the
it's like
intentional.
they-
It's like the
yeah,
roughing the passers, man. Those are bad too.
You can't make everything perfect, but you just said it. Like
Who
he
was
didn't
it?
make an actual move. He didn't do anything football related
Well, it was
other than
Kyle
catch
Van
the
Noy.
ball.
Kyle Van Noy said they needed to have, just like we watch film after the games, they need to have a referee film session because some of these are just terrible. And
There are some. That one
there are
in the
some that are
moment,
bad.
the refs made the right call. It's unfortunate.
I
The refs made the
see
right call.
your standpoint.
see your
of it.
point, I
I
still
like to disagree, maybe because I'm a little bit more biased towards being a Bills fan. But you made a very valid argument, and I gotta say, like, if I go back and watch it, maybe I can change my mind. But you definitely opened my eyes a little bit more, at the
Like,
least.
If Brandon Cooks would have landed on his feet and then fell, that's a catch. But he just fell. It's unfortunate.
where
he
the
just
ball was,
fell.
unfortunately.
And I
It's
mean,
unfortunate that he just fell. I want Brandon
Yeah.
Cooks.
and maybe the defender helped turn him as he was reaching for the ball, so he didn't have the opportunity to necessarily make that move because he was
Mhm.
being, they were shoulder to shoulder at that point. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's gonna be argued, but the fact of the matter is, in the moment, the refs made the right call.
Probably the only
Because
time
it's
that
not
can
now.
say
If you
that.
look at Zach Ertz when the Eagles won their first Super Bowl, and he dove, and they gave a lot of controversy to Dez Bryant. Zach Ertz, like Dez, moving one direction, took a step and reached. It should have also been one, but Zach Ertz caught the ball, turned, and dove. So that turn is a choice. So you
Right.
make a move, you make a choice. Brandon Cooks didn't have an opportunity to make a choice other than land with the ball. That is why in the moment, do I think that it sucks? 100%. I think Josh Allen deserves a Super Bowl more than anybody in the NFL. But it was the right call in the moment. That's all.
Okay, after
I knew this was
20-minute
going to
segment-
spark some shit.
Yeah, you sparked some shit. Chris, go ahead. Buy or sell.
So we're gonna spark some shit after for myself, but for buy the UFC going 2 fight cards in a row, numbered fight cards because we can't call them pay-per-view anymore. I know that's unrealistic consistently, but
Really?
God, I'm
That's
just
right,
so stoked to see 2 really big fights this close together versus waiting a month or a month and a half sometimes.
Super smart too, because football was Sunday this past weekend, and no football this weekend. So you give people something to watch, action packed.
They're wanting it. They're yearning for it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it that way, but that is right.
Yeah.
Timing-wise, that's perfect.
Perfect. 'Cause
Exactly.
both games were Sunday, and then you had no game this weekend. You really would have Pro Bowl.
And
but
if you
no
think
one
about it, the
watched
next
that
one's
anyway.
not for a few more weeks, so you're gonna get through the NASCAR Clash, you're going to get through the Super Bowl, you're going to get through the Daytona 500, you're going to get through a bunch of other major sporting events before the next one comes up. So they're lining it up perfectly.
Well,
in
we
that
have any
aspect
of the
as well.
other cards like what are they called? The other ones, Chris?
Just fight nights. They
I
just
don't
call
know
them
what
fight
fight
nights.
nights
So
them
it's-
anymore.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's your UFC Saturday Fight Night, which is on every Saturday, no matter what, never
Oh.
pay-per-view or formerly pay-per-view, but numbered fights were your pay-per-view ones. So I can't call it pay-per-view
This
anymore.
one, Chris, your cell is going to stir some shit, and this is what
All
we're
right.
talking about today.
Hot take, sell Fred Minnick because his opinion, love it or hate it, I'm on the hate it side. It's trash. It's stupid. Why is he the end all be all of whiskey? And I'm just a nobody saying that. I ain't no professional here. Don't get me wrong, but I don't get why everyone says, "Oh, every pallet's unique. You got to line up with one pallet or with other people's pallets." But then here we are praising this one guy for making the top 100. Everyone swears by it. Oh my God, we got to bend down over for him. No, fuck
Can I
that.
just say, he really, and I'm looking at his list over here, he really favors the heavy oak stuff.
I
Because
did see that. Okay.
because Maker's
Did
Mark
see that.
Keepers is straight oak. By the way, that is not even number 7. That's not even top 100.
So
Somehow this guy is below.
hold
it.
on, before you continue on, that's my sell is Fred Minnick, and our
Jeez.
bourbon segment today
Let
is
him
going
have
over
his
his
sell,
list.
JB. Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, let me have my
That's-
sell. That's
I
my
got
sell, Fred
excited.
Minnick. But our bourbon segment today is actually about his whole top 100 list.
And our favorite bottles from 2025.
Yes. Now, as well, because out of all 100 bottles here, I probably had 7 of these,
I have a good bit.
maybe 12. You know, it varies. It varies. So what are we doing, JB? Are we going down the list? And I got it right here in front of me. Are we going to read the list and see what we've had?
Okay, some of the things that I've seen that are so. First of all,
I will
Thirsty
hold on.
Stag this year was good, but Ecuador 17 was the number 1 bourbon this year, and it's not even freaking close.
Can I just say I'm glad he includes like low proof stuff? Like I'm seeing 84s,
Yeah,
88s, 90s. I'm glad that he does give respect.
I'm glad
to
he
some of
gives
these low proofs.
everything a try too. He's given
Yeah.
stuff like a try.
As much as I
He has-
disagree with him being the end all be all, I am glad it's got a good
Like,
variety. In
The
that aspect.
Woodford Sweet Oak at 21. That's like a top 40 bottle. That's a bottom 40
I mean,
bottle.
I'm already.
But
staring
like
at
you
100.
said, like everybody's palates and everybody likes
Yeah,
different
for
stuff.
sure.
So
Exactly.
the fact that you can say this is it, like for the one fantasy league we do, he picks one list. He'll say Forbes or whatever they rank as the whiskey of the year, not out of choice. He just says this is what we put in the trophy every year. But we've tried it, liked it. We've tried it, not liked it. You shouldn't have a top. You could do based on sales. You could do based on some things, but to
Yeah.
say that this is the end all be all list, like no.
That's
My
what I have the problem with.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
That's my problem is the fact that his palate is the end all be all according to most people, and I just think
Mhm.
that's ridiculous because not everyone's palate's the same. Even the
also-
3 of us, ours could all is actually different.
My other problem is I know he's helping some of these smaller brands, but
There's a lot of small brands on here.
there
There
is.
is.
And don't get me wrong. Like there's one local one that I know Chris and I are having on the Tangent podcast this weekend, but like, I'm sorry, but it's just bad. Like the Maker's Mark Keeper release, if it was that good, it wouldn't be sitting on shelves. It's sitting here on shelves everywhere, right? Disco 13, it was good. I had a sample of it. Okay, like there is 5 bottles over here, maybe 6 bottles that I would take over it, and so I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Just
No,
Just-
we're gonna
I'm
start. We're gonna start highest to
I'm gonna
lowest.
start it.
We're gonna start highest to lowest here. How
Okay.
how the hell did Beyonce's Sir Davis American Whiskey
That
end up
shit
on
was
100?
Terrible.
How did that end up on the list at 100? Come on, Sir Davis. Seriously, like
I hate Beyonce.
same, but I just don't like the
I
whiskey
have
either.
Such a hatred for Beyonce.
It's not even that good. Now,
Just
when
like,
I was
it's the same reason that Beyonce's country album was nominated for any fucking awards.
yeah, because her name's there.
The Willet Small Batch Warrior got a crap on here because the Michter's Sour Mash Toasted was
We're not even there
terrible
yet.
this year. I know.
We're
96.
still stuck on Beyonce.
I know,
Well, I don't
right?
have that many bottles. Like a bunch of these
So-
bottles I don't have.
96 Bywater 4-grain Louisiana bourbon. How the hell that did not crack top at least 75, but in my opinion top 50 is beyond me. Bywater Whiskey Tree, same thing for those people that are like Whiskey Tree everything. Well, it's the same fucking brand. Okay, it's 73 Distillery.
Is
Absolutely
this-
killer.
Is this ranking based strictly on taste, or is it also have to take into
I
the
don't know
fact
how
that
he
like
keeps
I
up with
will
this,
never get to try that unless I know someone who's there to get like I will never see that in my state or
Well, because he's the end all
surrounding
be all,
states.
he gets his hands on absolutely everything one way or another, whether it be
My other
buy,
thing is
given, things of that sorts.
my other thing is the old Granddad 16 year. Like that's not even close.
Okay, that's been sitting on shelves since the day it came out. They
Yeah.
cannot move them in our area.
No,
No one wants to spend that kind of money on it.
on a shit product.
I'd like to go to tasting with him just to see what he picks over me.
I want to see how his
Right.
mind works in that sense. Like if you're gonna put shit on here, like, and he gets to try like stuff that's Colorado and other things that like you can see on
He
here
get-
that I've never
Yeah.
tried, so I can't speak for them. But
Like
some
another
of them
one.
on here are just
Why the fuck is Larrikin not on the list?
that's what I want to
Agreed.
know.
That's what we
I
want to
wanna
know too.
Because let me
But,
tell
like,
you this. So, real quick, before you do this, I had my buddy over, big bourbon guy, buys, sells bourbon, loves it. I said, we were talking about something, and he's going to be traveling with me to Kentucky at some point. And I said, let me try something. To me, this is one of my top 5 bottles I've ever had. And I gave him the single barrel Larrikin from the Bourbon Festival, just single barrel Larrikin. He tried it and he's like, holy sh-. He's like, he's smelling. He's like, I get so much oak on this. Blah, blah, blah. He tastes like, I get no oak in the taste. He's like, gotta be honest with you. He's like, I feel like a lot of bourbon. That is one of the best bottles I've ever had. So how the hell does like that not make it on the list over Beyonce's or something like that?
Right.
Dude.
I get that he's not necessarily doing, from what I've seen here, single barrels. Yes, he's doing small batches, but not necessarily single barrels.
My other one I saw on here, Bardstown Company Normandy. I heard it was really good. I haven't had a sample of it, but
What
I
number are
tried.
you on?
I'm on 20. I'm going back and forth.
No.
JB
we're
has
starting at the
no
top.
list rules. It's
I
like
don't
he doesn't
care.
know what's a list or a catch.
No,
or
I'm
what.
not
He
going-
doesn't
I know,
know.
right? No, we're going from
Half
top
of the
to
ones
bottom
at the
here.
bottom I haven't tried.
Is it a list or is it
that's
a
what we're-
catch? I don't know.
That's why we're starting at 100. So, like 94, the chicken cock Mizurana at $250. I'm glad that he's putting something that's ridiculously high up there, but dude, who's buying a Mizurana at $250? I know a Mizurana wood is expensive, but like, dude, no one's buying the chicken cock in our area. I've seen those sitting around for no joke 2 goddamn years on my stores.
I look at this list. I'm like, the problem is I have not had access
This is
to
almost
try
rage bait.
most of this. That's the problem.
So I have an Old Dominick Tennessee whiskey, but I've never had the 85 proof, but I will say the store pick I have is much higher proof. Delicious. That's probably the better Tennessee whiskeys out there, besides Jack Daniel's single barrel stuff. But 85
I've had the
proof,
high rye. The high rye is better than that
Yeah.
one. That's the only Dominic I saw on the list.
the Willet small batch, like you were saying before, JB, I think that actually should be a little higher than 87. Yeah, I know each batch varies, the 4-year small batch, but damn, I mean, the 2 that I've had now, they were killer. They were different, but they were killer.
And I heard
So
the
how-
Michter's Sour Mash Toasted was just not good, and it's one above it. And it's
Mine's
3
toasted.
times the cost of the Willet Small Batch.
No, it's not.
I'm
Mine's
jumping
not
down a little bit
toasted.
where they got a Blue Note Special Reserve. I'm sorry. This Blue Note for
It's
2025
Not on the list, too. Crazy.
Not on
should
the
have been
list.
on the damn list because this is one of the most delicious things to ever go inside my mouth.
Yes, and I'm a huge.
Pause.
I'm a huge Blue Note fan. If I see an uncut, unfiltered store pick of Blue Note, I'm buying it.
Oh, speaking of which,
haven't
I
had
want
that
to
yet.
talk to you because
how
I
is
want to
that
have you
not on
send
the
me
list
something.
either? How is
What
that
is
on
that?
the list? The 70th
90th?
anniversary of Wild Turkey.
Because that was last year.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Right.
2024.
I do like though. I will say he's got a very broad, from like you said, strengths
He
and
does.
everything to
Yeah.
rise to bottle and
He
bond
has like half
to
and halves
weeded.
and toasteds and
Number 79, Brothers Bond. That's another celebrity whiskey that did significant. That is actually a lot better than Sir Davis. That's the Brothers Bond. They're from. God, it's like the stupid movie. All the girls love the vampires.
I want to know how this bottle isn't on the list.
I know you're saying
How is this bottle
New
on the
Orleans?
list? That's the question I want to know.
not New Orleans, right?
No, what?
No vampires. Boca Raton,
No, the Edward, Team Jacob. What the fuck movies?
Seattle Forks. That's where the movies are from. Edward, Cullen, and Jacob. They're in
Listen,
Seattle.
here,
They're in
vampires?
Forks.
Bring it
Yeah.
back.
Bring it back.
You said vampires. That's not a good vampire. I'm talking about like real good vampire movies.
No,
like
I'm talking
true-
about the stupid
like-
girls. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the one that girls all love. It's those celebrities.
But that's from Seattle. You say Brothers Bond's from Seattle.
Yes.
I did not know
Garrison
that.
Brothers Guadalupe made the list, but I know a lot of people hate that. Okay, how JT Mellick, American Rice Whiskey, the high proof, only made 76. Trash. That should be well into the like 40s.
Mhm.
What's the JT Mellick you brought me, JB? Was it that one?
No, it's a small batch. That small
haven't
batch
tried
is
that.
crazy.
Haven't tried that.
Well, no, it is. The one on his list is a small batch, but did you bring him the high proof or the low proof?
No, low proof.
Okay,
The
so yeah,
96 low proof though is
is killer.
fantastic.
I'm a fan
was
of the
wonderful.
118. I have a 118 high proof back here. So good.
I thought you were going easy tonight.
Yeah, fuck you.
Right.
I want to
Like,
know how
okay.
this bottle isn't on the list, Chris.
Which one is that? I can't see
Right.
the screen right now.
I don't know how this
Yeah,
one
I
is.
wish that would be
Our
on
pick.
the list. Yeah, our pick.
What a shameless butt plug.
I know where to stick it, Todd.
Yeah, right.
There you
Like
go.
Seal
I'm proud
Box
of you.
made the
Look at you,
list, so
Coach.
Speaking of
figure-
you, those texts I sent you the other day, Todd.
Woodinville.
Starlight Toasted
The
Barrel
Woodinville-
limited release.
The Woodinville
should've
8
been-
years should be higher. That thing
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah,
I
I think
tried.
it's
I did
67.
try that, and that was wonderful. The problem is, if you haven't tried all of them, I do think to me, I put that higher in my taste. But the bummer for me is wishing I had access to try more of these.
Yeah, I
I
don't
agree with that.
disagree, but
I agree
looking
with
at
that.
his top just 20, you're kind of like, really? Eagle Rare 17 isn't on here at all, and it was like that good this year.
Some of his
Old Forester 1920 115 proof. Honestly, good. I think it's kind of landed where it should. 59. I think it's solid. But the old Granddad 16 year, being
Trash.
two spots ahead of it makes zero sense to me.
Ferrand is better than Bardstown. Bardstown Ferrand's better than 13.
Mm-hmm. I sampled the Ferrand and it was damn good. I just couldn't. Also, where were they finding it for $100? Because everywhere I found it was like 160.
Yeah, I saw it here for 120.
King's
And I know
family
I'm a
made 48.
I know
I'm a little biased because I was drinking this to start. That was my little hint to this list. The Jimmy Red Weeded 7-year 107 proof, only at 52. Come on, this is better than Weller 107.
Jimmy
Hands down.
Wire.
Dude, the
Highwire
old
Jimmy
line,
Red
my local
Weeded.
brand made it with a cask strength single malt.
Yeah, they almost cracked the top 50. They were so
I know,
close.
right? The King's family. Well, I'm impartial to the King's
fly it.
family Tennessee standard because I have the special edition bottle, not the regular.
Yep. And then Pursuit Triple Mash Rye making it. I thought that would actually should be a little bit higher. I haven't had that one, but I have a Triple Mash lower proof one, and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. So I don't know why that one.
We need to do a Pursuit episode. But
I do.
Their double oaked bourbon
Vintage 34.
that I have, well, the KBF, their double oaked bourbon is so easy to drink, so good.
It is. It's so good.
And I did a
Pursuit does it
double
right.
oaked rye. I made a Nashville. I'm posting on TikTok or at all socials like tomorrow. I think I made a Nashville hot chicken sandwich, and I did it with Pursuit double oaked. I'll tell you what. But their stuff, their stuff is so good. I feel like 47 seems low for their.
So the one just below it too, Jefferson's Reserve Cash Strength Kentucky Straight Bourbon at a 130 proof for $70. I think also landed right where it should, but I think a lot of people kind of overlook Jefferson's because everyone has a bad taste in their mouth with the whole what is it?
Oceans.
Yeah, the Oceans or the humid one, like all their special age things. Everyone's like, God, they're so gimmicky that they kind of forget that their reserve cash strength is actually pretty good.
I don't think Jefferson's needed to try and do all the, not experimental, but to do all the takes on stuff. They didn't need to do the Oceans. They didn't need to do that sort of stuff. I feel like that just kind of hurt their name a little bit.
The A. Smith Bowman this year was incredible. I had a sample of that, and it's at 30.
The Pinhook is pretty good from the series rye. I did sample that one at a friend's house. Clyde's May, I think, gets a bad rap too because for a while they were not their own juice, but I think now they finally are. Yeah, and I really like their stuff. Let's see here.
I got
Willam and Green, good stuff.
For my stuff,
what's the HK? Is HK Young Hooten Young?
Yes. No, I think they're different.
Are they different? Because I've always wondered that.
I think
my favorite bottles from the year, all Russells.
I think
and Four Roses, don't both.
The Normandy made 27 from Bardstown. I wish I had that one.
The Cathedral I heard was way better than that one. That's crazy.
So does either of you know what APW is?
Do not.
No, I was wondering about that myself.
Ass pocket whiskey. That's literally APW.
That's not what it means.
I swear to God, Google it right now. Google it. Ass pocket whiskey.
Pocket?
Yes, ass pocket whiskey.
Like
APW is ass pocket whiskey.
Like in your jeans,
I thought I was talking about butthole.
Well, I mean, if you want to put it that close,
your mind went to dead.
But we're gonna go back to the New Riff Balboa Rye.
I tried that. It's really good.
That is really good.
I did not
to
have
be in
that.
top
I did not try
like 30s in the 30s.
That's pretty good.
It's
Dude, Four Roses LE is too low. Man.
It's high enough on the list that I'm okay with New Riff Balboa Rye being up there.
Yeah, see, some of these I think did land relatively where I think they should.
Sweet Oak Woodford is not good. I don't know why this is top 20.
Yeah,
shouldn't even be top.
I haven't tried it, but I've never heard good things about it either. Frank August, I think that one's slept on. I think that one's pretty good. I think people should be
also
trying
a little
more
expensive. Some of their stuff is a little expensive.
Yeah, some of it is. Frey Ranch
Beacon
Harvest
is way
Series.
too low.
Yeah,
Man.
Beacon
Wait,
didn't even make top 10. How pissed
It's-
are you?
Yep, dude. How is the Keepers release at 7 higher than Beacon? And
Which
the
I've got.
Booker's 25-3 and Bardstown's 13. What the heck?
I'm gonna say the Angels Envy cast strength was delicious though.
And Eagle Rare 13
Yeah,
isn't
actually,
on
that
the
was pretty
list.
good.
That was the best one this year.
The Angels Envy. I mean, I don't know if I would say it's like top 15, but it was.
It was good. Yeah, I would say top 20, maybe not
Delicious.
top 15.
If I say what the cost is to the taste, I would drop it lower, but just taste alone, it's very good.
Yeah,
This list is a little bananas, but anything that stood out that wasn't on the list that you guys tried this year that you were like, damn, besides Larkin, Eagle Rare
Blue
17
Note
for
Honey
me.
Cask Rye was one of the most delicious.
Yeah,
things
I think the Blue Note Honey Cask Rye should have made it.
I know this isn't really a regular release, but Elijah
Honestly?
Craig releasing the toasted single barrels was fantastic this year.
I don't like toasted that often.
The Bomberger's PFG, that
Was
rightfully so, is a very damn good drink.
It is,
Okay.
but I don't think it's top 5.
2 that should have made the list is Fusion Series from Bardstown, because all the Fusion
Well,
Series
this
are
year,
pretty
yeah.
good. The blue labels, and the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage.
I have that. Yeah, that should have been on this list. I was gonna say
Would that count though? I don't think he really does picks.
It's not a pick.
It's not a pick.
Oh, the
It's-
Heritage.
yeah,
Sorry.
the
I was thinking about
Heritage.
the
Heritage.
Yeah. Sorry.
But they're considered single barrels, so like if he's putting the Willet small batch 4-year on there, their small batches are pretty small
Right?
in theory.
'cause
So
this
why not a
was
single
voted-
barrel Heritage?
Because this was voted one of the bourbons of the year or whiskeys of the year.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and of course he put
And-
2, the Saz 18 and the George T. Stagg as 1 and 2. Of course he's going to lean
Okay,
in on the Buffalo Trace.
The Saz 18 was delicious.
Yeah, but Eagle Rare 17 blew it out of the fucking water. So I don't know how the hell.
Okay,
that's
how the
on
hell
there.
am I ever trying to 17? You were 17.
Right. All right, JB.
But
How
I'm
mad are you about the Beacon? Because I know you have some other thoughts you want to share.
Yeah. He's gonna do what he does. It's okay. I'm drinking it. It's fucking fantastic. The Keeper's release is not good. I'll give that bottle away. It's open. I tried it twice. It's garbage. Disco 13 was okay. Booker's 2503 was okay.
I didn't try any Bookers this year, so I cannot comment on that.
all I had was the Infinite.
The Four Roses LE this year was fantastic. 24 and 25 were both good. And
This
he
should've
has
made it.
LE at 17. Oh, exactly. The
I did not see a Russell's 13 on there, and I should have made it,
There were
especially now that it is the cast strength. And it's a spring 2025 release.
he didn't have this one on there either, Chris. This bottle is fantastic.
Oh, I
But
actually
isn't that-
tried
the
that the
Russell's
other
Single
day. That
Rickhouse.
was
The
really
Single
good.
Rickhouse, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that was really good.
I did not try that one.
I won that for $50.
I'll
Show
tell you what. I mean, I do
Fucking
like.
show
I
off.
think the Bomberger's PFG should be high. I think the Saz 18 should be high.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I do think there's it's tough. There's so many good bourbons,
There
Yeah.
is.
whiskeys, ryes, whatever. It's really hard to say like what
Mhm.
should and shouldn't be on there.
And it's all, as we said from the start,
Yep.
relative to the palate. Now, if he did a list and turned around and said, this list is based off of what had some of the most sales or some of, because I know some of it's allocated, right? Or what had some of the fastest sales,
Mm-hmm.
I can see that list being wildly different and more accurate to what, the people are going after, whether they collect or select, basically, if they drink it or collect it, whatever. But I think that's a better representation of what the bourbon market is. I disagree with it being Fred Minnick's palate is the end all be all.
Is the one that for the year, like, and he gets to try so many cool things too. Like they send him just free stuff all the time.
I don't
And
like
don't get me wrong,
Penelope got
Grams-
snubbed.
Yep, Penelope got snubbed like
did.
a motherfucker.
Like
There's not
Penelope
a single one
American
on
got
there.
snubbed too.
13.
The 13 this year was the only Penelope that I would buy. Like
That was
thing was
wonderful.
so good.
You're a notorious Penelope disliker.
Have you tried the
Yeah.
Have you tried the cereal bowl?
The
No.
cereal bowl.
They're one of the new releases. Oh
Mm-mm.
guys, that
No.
I tried that last night. It's so good.
Better than the creme brulee? Because I did not like the creme brulee.
Way better than creme brulee.
That
Wait,
was trash.
Complete.
I'll try when I come up and visit you,
It
Todd.
smells like if you put your head over a bowl of cereal, like you get like that, like the wheat oak, not oaky, but like that,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the smell like dried cereal is.
The honey toasted
it
kind
was
of nuttiness.
Oh, toasted, like a toasted. Yeah, it was so
Yep.
good. Me and my buddy tried it last night. It was so
Yeah.
good.
Thank you all for watching the Game Set Match podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and all the platforms, Instagram as well. But anything you got to say? Cheers, y'all.
I'm just having one.
Yeah,
We've
one more
heard
pour.
that
Oh, wait,
before.
wrong person. If you're in the Discord, you would know.
You know.
After 4 drinks, my eyes stopped watering, and
See,
It
that's
worked
all
out
you
for you,
needed this
didn't
whole
it?
time. You
Fernando
just need to drink it
Mendoza
away.
taking the Raiders to
The Super Bowl this year? 4-12? 4-12? 4-12 instead of 2 and whatever?
Fernando Mendoza will win a playoff game in his career. That's the best I can give him.
I don't know if he
That's
will
fair.
for the Raiders, but he'll win a playoff game.
Yeah,
No, just in his career. He never
career.
said Raiders. He just said his career.
He said career on purpose, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks all for watching. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.